What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Untitled channel, and in this video I'll be going over some more Smite beginner tips. If you have not seen the first video of where I go over the basic rules on how to play Conquest and all that, feel free to check that out and get you caught up and all that. But in this one we're going to go over each role specifically and what they do and what you need to do on each role in order to maintain and have the best position in that role. So we're going to go over each role and then explain what to do when you're in each role, what to do, why to do it, and what to look for and all that good stuff. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Also, one quick thing I wanted to notice or talk about, how I noticed during my editing process, was the beginning section. So you see on the bottom right of the screen, we have an options button. For anyone that's brand new, right, doesn't know what they're doing at all right, press the options button, whatever it is, go to options. You see the auto buy skill? Click on that. Make sure both of them are set to on, okay? So that means the game will automatically buy your skills and your items for you, so you don't have to worry about it. All right, if you're a little more experienced, of course, you don't have to worry about that. You can do that later. But for me, I turn on my skills on and my items off, so I can select which items I want personally. But if you do want the game to pick for you, you don't have to worry about it. Make sure both of those settings are set to on, okay? With that being said, go ahead and enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're in the mode where we're going to select who we're going to play as. I'm just doing a training so that way it's easy to explain. I don't have to worry about getting killed and all that stuff. So we'll start off with the Assassins. So the Assassins, like I mentioned in the beginning, the first video, was that they play the jungle role. We're going to start off with the jungle role because it's probably the most comprehensive role and the most complex one. It's not as straightforward as all the other ones, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to play as Thor. Alright, so I'm going to play as Thor. And I'm going to be the jungler for this game. So the jungler's role is to basically go around. You're supposed to get all the buffs, and you're supposed to protect and help out each lane that is struggling with their lane. Alright, so there's 3 lanes in the game. The left, or the duo, the mid, and the solo. Duo, mid, and solo are the 3 lanes, and whichever lane is struggling, that's usually where the jungle comes in to help with assistance, pushing back the enemy, all that good stuff. And also make sure to keep an eye out on the opposing enemy jungler. The opposing enemy jungler is also a Thor. Now I'm playing on the easy mode, so he's probably going to stay in the middle lane and not going to move around that much. But if you're going against an actual person, the jungler is going to be doing the same pattern that I'm going to be doing, or the similar pattern, and they're going to be moving around a lot, right? Looking for ganks, looking for opportunities to strike and take down your allied god. So make sure you're always aware of where your enemy jungler is, and let your team know that, hey, he's missing, I don't know where he's at, he was in the middle lane, he's gone. If at any point he's missing, I just use the little text platform right here. You see it on the left side. I press B, RB spot it, and I press RB again. Enemy missing. That means I don't know where my jungler is, I don't know where he's at, he's somewhere. Be careful. Alright, first thing you want to do as a jungler, don't worry about your items. This is not an item tutorial, is just for the jungler. Alright, for the first thing we're going to do, start off every game as a jungler, is going to go to your buff. Alright, the jungler's buff is the yellow buff. Alright, so let's go over and walk over here. If we weren't playing with bots right now, the mid guy, the main, Vulcan, he'd be helping me with this. Alright, usually they come to help you with the jungle buff. Alright, but this is your first jungle buff, so we're going to wait for it to load up. Alright, so the buff has spawned in. Let's go ahead and attack it. Alright, let's take it down. Alright, just gotta kill these dudes, and then once we do it, I'm gonna put the, enlarge the map. We're going to be following a specific pattern around the jungle, left and right jungle, in order to get the buffs we need for our characters. I pressed the wrong button there. Let's go ahead and go to the next point. So usually, we go to the XP spot right here. So we have heartbeats right here. The jungler is, this is how you get your XP. This is how you level up with the jungler, because he doesn't have a lane. Junglers don't have a lane, so you have to go to each spot in order to get your XP. Okay, so we kill these guys, and then we're going to go over to the blue mana now. This is for the solo laner. Now, usually, sometimes you go straight from the yellow to the blue. Listen to your teammate. They'll tell you if they want to go straight to the blue or, stuff like that. Make sure you communicate with your team. So, like, let's say that you're, attacking this, and my guy Chalk's coming back over, right? And he doesn't see it. Make sure you tell him, hey, Enlighten, jungle buff, take it. All right, ping it for him if you need to, and then move on to your next spot. All right, after the blue, you can check the solo lane if he needs help. Usually you don't. You just move on to the mid lane. As you can see, my guy Vulcan's getting pushed back by Apua here. I need to come over and help him. So I'm going to go over. I'm going to come from behind. Use my hammer, and he's dead. Okay, that's basically what the jungler is supposed to do. See, Vulcan was struggling. I come and help him out. Kill the little minion. Okay, helping him out. Killing the minion gives you XP as well. Make sure you do not sleep on killing the minions. Okay. That's what you should be doing in your lane. Regardless of what lane you're in, you should be killing the minions, okay? Alright, minions are dead. Vulcan's not going to follow me, but if he was an actual person, he would follow me over here to get his buff, the red buff. Alright, again, gonna attack. Okay, take down the red buff for him. Alright, red buff's down, he's able to get it, come grab it, and he's good to go. Then I'm going to go over to the purple. Now, usually the dual lane does it themselves. Usually don't have to get the buff, but if it's over here, go ahead and do it. And boom, that's the basic pattern you follow as a jungle. You can help with the Harpy over there if you want to. You can come up over to the Oracle. Okay, I talked about the Oracle in my last video. You can come to the Oracle if you need to, get some extra XP. You'll get a free ward with the Oracle as well. Very useful. I'm taking down the Oracle. Okay, let's take down the Oracle. Kind of dying here. It's okay. I'm going to recall real quick. Alright, now I'm going back out into the field after getting my new items and everything like that. I'm going back out and we're going to do the exact same thing. You see the map, the jungle buff has now reloaded because you can see the symbol. Now I go back to the same spot and just do it again. Okay? Just do it over again because this is what you need to do as a jungler to make sure you get your XP up. You know, keep track of where the enemy jungler is. So it's Thor. I haven't even actually seen him. I don't even know where he's at. So I don't know where he's at. I'm just gonna enemy missing. That's it. That's basically the jungle in a nutshell. You just go around helping everyone who needs help. You see Chalk over here. He's in his like the tower. He's like, I don't know what he's doing, but he's like struggling. So I'm gonna come help him out. Just gonna use my ultimate. Why not? Right? Smack down on Vamana and kill him. All right. That's the jungle's ability. They need to be moving fast, moving quickly, taking down these buffs for people, getting them, helping them out, and all that good stuff. Very simple to do. It just takes a lot of quick movement, reaction time, coordination is key with the jungler, and all that. But that's the basics for the jungler. Not much else. You just keep doing that throughout the game. You know, help out your team when they need help, and you just keep rotating throughout the jungle in order to get them their buffs and continue to level up. Let's go ahead and go on to the next role. Alright, so we're back in the menu where we pick the character we want to play as. This time we're going to play as a carry, which is a hunter. Alright, so let's select our hunter here. Let's just go with Scotty. Scotty's pretty good. Scotty's going to be our carry for the game. We're going to use her. And the rest of the roles are pretty straightforward. They're not very difficult at all. The main thing you want to focus on with your units is making sure that you are keeping track of where your opponent, your opposite, like same role is at. So the same carry on the other side is Neith. Neith is a carry. If she ends up rotating somewhere, if she goes to the middle lane, if she's not in your lane, make sure to always say, hey, enemy missing left, or hey, enemy missing right. So people know that the person that you're supposed to be fighting is not in the lane. So they could be attacking someone else. They could be trying to attack somebody else. It's always good to make sure that you're keeping your teammates aware of where people are. All right. Okay, so we're back into the game. Let's go ahead and get my items for Scotty. And very straightforward. Let's go ahead and go to the left side because that is where the dual lane goes. The dual lane goes on the purple side. So the dual lane consists of the carry and the support. You see Ares over there. Let's say Drybot. We have Ares, Mr. Drybot here on our side as well because he is the support. Support helps the carry. And out of all the other characters, the support probably rotates the most because the support goes and helps the mid sometimes. And then, you know, they bounce back and forth. You'll see that a lot through the game. Just make sure when you're playing a certain role, you just make sure you know where your counter role is going, okay? If your carry is moving, he's not in the lane, make sure to press enemy missing left. Enemy missing right. Enemy missing middle. It lets people know where people are going, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so our buff is now being activated. Like I said in the jungle one, the carries is the purple, or I said in the beginner tips. Alright, so usually Ares would be over here helping me, but because he's a bot, he's not gonna... He isn't going to help me out here, but the purple usually goes to the hunter, okay? So I'm taking down the bot, or taking down the jungle buff, not the bot. And so we have our jungle buff now. We're going to go over to our lane, and we're going to do what we got to do. We got to protect our tower while trying to push the enemy tower, okay? We got to be careful, though. The dual lane gets ganked the most, which means they get attacked by the jungler the most, okay? So be careful when you're playing as the the carry or the support character. Make sure when you pushing up, because this happens a lot. It happens all the time. I'm pushing up, people get real confident, we're pushing them back, we're beating them, and then we get attacked from the jungler from behind and we all die. So just be careful when you're playing as it. It's a very simple, straightforward role. You just protect the your tower, kill the minions that you're going against. If you're dying, roll back to your tower, stay safe, all the things you got to do. It's a very straightforward role. There's not much else besides this. The carry is probably the second most important role in the game because they do the most damage. All right, so the carry is the damage dealer. So you need to make sure that you're doing decently well. Make sure you're farming correctly, keeping yourself safe. All right, the support's job is not to feed and die, but yeah, the support's job is really to protect you and stuff like that. But your job is to make sure that you push your lane when you can. Be careful pushing up too far. If you need to place a ward, okay, you get a free ward up to level 12. Place a ward. You can see people coming. All right, listen to your listen to your teammates. If they're saying like enemy missing middle, and they're telling you to retreat, like if they say you need to get out. So if you're in the left lane as a duo, get out, run. Somebody's coming for you. Make sure you're safe. All that stuff. Go back to your tower. Tower is always a safe zone. All right. So yeah, carry is very straightforward. Just go to the purple side, whether it's on the left or right. The purple buff is your buff. Okay. And now we're gonna jump into the support, which is very similar to carry. You're just on the same side with the carry. Alright guys, we are back in the menu, and this time we're going to pick a Guardian because we need a support character for the duo lane. Very simple. We're just going to go over to Guardian, and I'm going to pick, we're going to go with Kumbhakarna, why not? Alright, Kumbhakarna, go ahead and pick him. Let the AI choose who they want, and they want to go to the left side again. Again, it's going to be on the left side with the carry, who is Cernunnos. So we're going to go with Cernunnos to the left side and support him with his lane. Okay, that's basically what you do. You just support everybody in the lane. Now the support character, like I said, moves probably the most versus the jungle. The jungler probably moves obviously the most, and then the support character probably moves the second most because sometimes your support counter role person. So in this one, it's going to be Bacchus. So sometimes when people are playing, they'll move to the mid lane to try to gank and help out the mid lane, stuff like that. Make sure that if your support counter role is missing, make sure to say enemy missing left, enemy missing right, and then make sure you say, you know, I'm on my way, like on my way. Okay, make sure you're on your way if they are missing and attacking the middle lane and they need help and stuff like that. All right, so we have Kumba here. All right, let's get some random stuff. All right, so we're gonna go over to the left again, going to the duo side. So the duo consists of the carry and the support. Okay, we're gonna go over to the left side again. If Cernunnos wasn't a bot, he would be helping me with the purple right here. I don't even know if I can get the purple by myself. We can try. Yeah, he's not gonna do anything, but let's just pretend that he's over here and we would both be attacking the purple just like I did in the carry role. Okay, Fort's gonna do the same thing like the carry does. Is just protect this left lane over here. All right, your job is to really help with either pinning down the enemy. So a lot of the characters like Kumbhakarna has a lot of CC, like crowd control. All right, which means he can stick people, he can keep them from moving. So that's what support characters do. They kind of just they're very good at keeping people trapped and helping their carry or their whole team in general to attack certain people. Like, let's see here. So if I just do that, I'm going to back over here a little bit. So Cernunnos is getting ripped up right now. So if this is a real person, he would be running a lot faster than that. I have the meditation cloak, the little perk to help out my character and stuff like that. I'm going to back up here as well. But the support, you're not really doing a lot of damage. Your job is not to do damage. It's to heal, protect, you know, all that stuff, all right? So that, I mean, it's pretty simple for the support character. That's pretty much it. The relics and stuff like that, if you're playing on auto, it'll buy it for you. You don't have to worry about it. And I think that's pretty much it. You know, that's really all your job. You're not supposed to get the purple thing, by the way, in the beginning at least. Make sure that when you're doing the buffs, you're giving it to the carry. All right. Usually he grabs it. If you do end up grabbing it, just say sorry. Just be like, sorry. You know. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Just make sure you watch your counterpart. If Bacchus was to go to the middle lane, I would have to go to the middle lane as well. Okay, that's it. Support's very simple. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, we're back in the menu once again. Now we're going to do the mid lane. Okay, mid lane is going to consist of the mages. So select whichever mage you want to play as. I'm going to pick Hades. Let's go ahead and jump right into it once again. Alright, so we load into the game. We're playing as Hades, which means we are a mid, and my bot is jumping right into the Titan. What is he doing? Oh, these bots are funny. Alright, let's go ahead and grab what we need. Again, if you are a new character, or if you're a new player, you should have watched the first video, and you should have set your stuff to auto, so the game automatically buys the items for you. Alright, so we're the mid lane. So we obviously go into the middle lane, and our job, again, is to protect the towers and push the enemy tower, and take it down as safely as possible. Alright, also with the mid, you're supposed to help the jungle right here, okay? The first thing you do at the beginning of the game is help the jungle with this, alright? The Arachne's not doing it, she's just sitting there, but if it was a real person, she would be right here helping me out, and I would help her take down the buff so that way she can get through it faster. Alright, then once that's done, again, we're going to go to the middle lane, and we're going to prepare for battle, okay? We're going to prepare for battle against Vulcan. So we're going against Vulcan this time, so just, you know, be wary of Vulcan and his abilities and stuff like that. Of course, if we're playing the bot version, the jungler is also in the same position, so... Hey, Arachne's coming, nice. So Arachne's going to come help me, and you just protect. It's very simple. The mages are very... Like, it's a dangerous position because you can get ganked from 2 different directions. Alright, so if you have wards, so you get a free ward, just put one right there, it protects the right side. Now you can see if anyone comes from behind you. And then if you have an extra ward, you can buy it in the shop and put it on your left side as well. But very simple. Very simple. You just protect your lane. It's very straightforward. That's it. This is all you do. The jungler's job is to help you get your buff, by the way. So your buff for the mages is the red one. So right over there. So where I just pinged at, that red one, that red sword, that is the buff for the mages. Alright, the jungler usually gets it for you. You can do it by yourself because, I mean, you have enough power to do it anyway. But usually, the jungler's going to come help you take down that buff and give it to you. But that's, I mean, that's pretty much it. Very simple. Again, if the enemy is missing, look at Vulcan. Vulcan's leaving, right? Let's say he was going to the right to go attack your, you know, your friend, or he went to the left to go and attack the duo lane. Make sure to press enemy missing middle, so they know that the mage is not, he's not there. He's missing. He's going somewhere else, all right? Make sure to always keep your teammates aware of what's going on with the enemy team, okay? That's pretty much, that's very basic for the mage. That's it. Let's go ahead and jump into the last one, which is the solo lane. All right, once again, we are back in the menu, and now we are going to play as the solo lane, which is predominantly the warriors. Now, I've seen the solo lane get played with every single type of character. You can play solo with anybody, but most of the time, usually you're supposed to be playing the solo as the warrior. All right, so I'm going to play as Erlong Shen. That's my warrior. For right now, I want to max him out and everything, but solo lane can be played by anybody, technically. Alright, I've seen hunters, I've seen assassins, I've seen guardians play that spot. Solo lane is pretty much up to you. You can play whoever you want. Yeah, but for the most part, the warriors play the solo lane. So as you can see, I'm going to be going against Mr. Chalk there. Chalk is going to be the warrior that I'm going against, and conventionally, that's who is going to be in the solo. The solo lane is probably the easiest lane to play. You only have to worry about getting ganked from the left side, and it's just one-on-one. That's it. It's just you versus one other person. There's some things on the right side that you want to be aware of. Let's go and grab this, and I guess why not? Doesn't really matter. Alright, so let's go to the right side here. Alright, so again, the mage, the mid, and the junglers are going to the yellow buff. They're supposed to be doing that, right? So they're going to go to the yellow buff. Your buff for the solo lane is the blue. Alright, so what I like to do, sometimes the jungler will be like, hey, go to the blue one right away. I don't do that. I do it sometimes, but usually what I do is I wait for the first wave to come through, I hit them with my ability, and then I go. I always watch what the jungler is doing, alright? So when the jungler starts switching from the yellow, and if he goes straight to the blue, then I go. If he goes to the heartbeat, and he gets his XP first, and then goes to the blue, then I follow him. You kind of want to time it a little bit. Try to get there when the jungler gets there, so you get the XP as well as him, and that way you guys are both leveling up, getting the XP that you guys both need at the same time. And then also one other thing on the solo lane, there's this like monument, I don't know what it's called, but like there's this thing that pops up right here. Alright, it's going to pop up, you can destroy it, and it'll give you extra gold. And I think it gives you a buff as well, because I see it on the bottom sometimes, but I'm not sure what the buff does. I'll edit it in if I find out if it has a specific buff or anything like that. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to let it play through. I'm going to get that thing, the little totem to show up, and then we'll attack it. But you can see that the jungler's not even going for his buff. But we have Chalk right here. So we're going to go and push forward a little bit. Just watch his little hammer. There it is. And then he's going to attack me. Cool. I'm going to use my little turtle thing. And let's pretend that Ravana, he's at the buff right now. Let's pretend he's going to the blue. I'm going to go to the blue. And I'm going to help him. Let's see if he actually comes over here real quick. Let's see if he comes over here. Is he going to die from the... No, he's not going to die from that. Okay, so watching Ravana fight the buff monsters, or the monsters basically for like 2 minutes, he ended up running away. But basically, you know, a human would come over here and help you with this. You take down this, and you get your buff. Alright, you see on the map, by the way, the little orange totem symbol? That means the totem has appeared. So let me go ahead and just take this down real quick. And Chalk is taking down my tower, it's fine though. Alright, so we got our buff. So the blue buff is for the warriors, for the right side, for the solo lane. Alright. He just died. Alright, so when you get the opportunity to, alright, so be careful when you do this, you attack this little totem, right? You're going to see on the bottom, once it goes down, come on, there it goes. Alright, you see on the bottom, look, the totem has like a little buff or something. I'm not sure what it does, I have to look it up. Again, I'll edit it in. And also you got an extra little bit of gold as well. So that's pretty much it. Solo lane's really easy. It's probably the easiest one. So if you're looking to get into the game and practice and all that, solo is probably the easiest. Mid probably the second easiest. Or maybe support. Maybe support's the second easiest because, again, with support, you're not carrying the team. You're not really worried about carrying the team or trying to, you know, get a bunch of kills and everything. Your job as a support, again, is just to hold down enemies. Most of the supports have, like, crowd control stuff, so which means they can, like, pluck people. They can hold them down and keep them from moving, cripple them, stun them, all that. That's usually what the support character is. So probably easiest to hardest roles is probably going to be solo, support, mid, carry, jungle. Jungle, I would say the hardest one because people have a lot of demand for you, especially if you, like for me, I always deflect it. I'm like, hey guys, I'm not the greatest jungler. If anyone wants to switch, let me know. So that way, if I play jungler, they know, okay? Sometimes you still get blamed for it, but if you're, you know, if you're eager to play jungle and you do really bad, everybody's gonna blame you. Jungler gets the most blame for losses, especially if the enemy jungler is killing your people, okay? If the enemy jungler is killing your people, they're gonna blame your jungler. They're gonna blame you as the jungler. So that's why it's probably the hardest one. Be careful when you play it. Make sure you're rotating properly, keeping track of where, you know, where your enemy jungler is going and stuff like that. Letting your team know that he's missing and all that stuff. So, and then the carry is the second hardest because the carry is supposed to be doing the most damage. They should be doing damage to enemies and the Gold Fury, Fire Giant. They're the main units that are doing a lot of damage quickly. Okay, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. That's all I have for each role. We'll go over, I can go over each god and stuff like that. One thing that I'll also help you with the game is knowing what each god does and, you know, being used to their abilities and all that stuff like I talked about earlier in this video or in the beginner tips one. But we'll go over, you know, each god on a different video and stuff like that. Not in one whole video because that would take way too long. But we'll chop it up, maybe do assassins and hunters and mages and all that. But hopefully it helps you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy the game Smite. It's a lot of fun for me. I enjoy playing it. And it's one of my favorite games to play. So hopefully it helps people that want to play with me. And then anybody else there that needs help is also, you know, getting some benefit from this video as well. If you have any questions about the roles, anything in specific about Conquest, let me know. Conquest is really the only game mode I play. I play Arena, but Arena is pretty straightforward. I don't play Joust. I don't play Duel. And I think that's pretty much all they have in this game. But that's all I have for the video, guys. Again, if you guys enjoyed it, definitely appreciate a like, comment, subscribe. If it helped or anything, just let me know, and I would definitely appreciate that. But that's all I have, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.